I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. In the Bible, there are promises. In the Bible, there are principles. In the Bible, there are prophecies. In the Bible, there are practices. In the Bible, there are precedents. In the Bible, there are prescriptions. Now, doctrines are not formed from incidences that involved circumstantial prescriptions. So, circumcision is a practice. Marriage is a practice. Even though circumcision at one stage became not too necessary because Christ paid the price that covenanted us to the nation of Israel. So, but you see, when Joshua saw the Lord, when they were about to cross over to the promised land, and he was told to remove his shoes because he was standing on holy ground, it was a prescription, circumstantial prescription, that did not need to be repeated because Jesus himself, John the Baptist himself said that he was announcing the arrival of somebody who was greater than him, who he could not remove the lashes of his shoes. That means Jesus wore shoes. And so for you to go around without shoes because of his circumstantial prescription to Joshua is wrong doctrine. The second thing is that when Jesus said, when you go into a city, look for a worthy man. That means look for somebody who is worthy. Now, worth can be in terms of integrity, character, reputation, or wealth. He did not tell them never go into the house of a poor person. And so to come up to say that Jesus never visited a poor person is a fallacy of hasty generalization. The Bible is divided into two parts. The Old Testament, which is the sociology of the Bible, the New Testament, which is the spirituality of the Bible, and it is a closed book. So you cannot negate the practices in the Old Testament, the precedents in the Old Testament, the philosophies in the Old Testament, where a poor widow appealed to Elisha, and Elisha prescribed what would make her get to pay her debts and to live on the rest. You cannot negate the situation where the prophet of God was in the house of a widow that was looking for firewood to eat the last meal before she dies, and the prophet of God stayed in her house and made the flour and the oil to expand. So to just selectively take a few prescriptive scriptures to form doctrines is wrong, is an attempt to over-expand scriptures. And when a truth is stretched too far, it becomes a fallacy. So that you say God is love, that God cannot punish because he loves, is a fallacy. So you cannot say that Jesus did not visit any poor person. The Bible even states that all that Jesus did, if it is written into a book, the whole world cannot contain it. That means there are several things he did that we don't know about. Now, let's take the prescriptive precedents that happened when Jesus said, when you go into a city, look for a worthy man. He had instructed the disciples that they should not carry anything with them, knowing that if they went into the house of a worthy man, there will be sustainability for them. There will be several other provisions that will enable them to function in the mission field that they've gone to. Secondly, a man of influence is more readily able to make his entire household and workforce to get converted. If he gets converted. Now, you remember the man whose household was baptized at once, including children. So, I think that most preachers in this dispensation, they have an ulterior motive why they make some categorical statements that are fallacious. I believe that a lot of our brethren are under enormous pressure to raise funds to complete the big projects that they are executing. And that's why they are very desperate in the fundraising campaigns that are making them make statements that are fallacious. Jesus came, and the Bible says that he was made poor so that we can become rich. Jesus himself said, "Blessed are the poor, for they shall see God." It is an attempt to modify the scriptures that people started putting, "Blessed are the poor in the spirit. Blessed are the poor." He did not come from a rich background. He came from a poor background. All this attempt to cajole people. I sowed seed here, and this one did this. I sowed seed there, and this one did that. I preach the same Bible with you. Giving is a principle that is not limited to church. It is to humanity. I'm being celebrated in the UK here because I've given wisdom, not necessarily cash, to several people. And anywhere I go to, they celebrate me. Everywhere I've been to in the UK, they celebrate me, take care of me, do things for me. But I didn't give cash. I didn't give money. I gave wisdom. I gave counsel. I gave insights and all that. And so don't be pushed or be intimidated to part with your money because somebody is telling you about poverty and about Jesus hating the poor, and so that you can hate yourself. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. That means God hates Nigeria. A great percentage of Africa is poor. That means Jesus hates Africa. That is a fallacious statement. And I feel very sorry. I don't want to condemn the messenger because of a flaw in their messages. I believe that Pentecostals should be more cautious in the way they declare statements that are not doctrinal as if they are doctrinal. You know, that Moses saw the bush that was burning and then threw his stick down does not mean that we should be throwing sticks down to turn to serpents. I think that a lot of Pentecostal preachers are mentally exhausted. Only you will preach 5 services. Only you will preach every day. No other person is preaching. You will run out of gas, out of ideas, and even out of truth. An executive fatigue syndrome, coupled with the desire to match up with the expectations of your projects and all that, will make you do some of these slips that are coming up. Let's be patient let's forgive them, but we must state these facts that they are wrong. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm reaching you from Luton in the United Kingdom. I came here with my own money, not church money. God bless you.